Townsel here. I bought this OxiClean to see if I could get rid of the clay mask and residue that was left on my bath cloths from when I was wiping my facial mask and things off. I haven't had a lot of success with OxiClean products in the past, but I thought, hey, I'll give it another shot. So stick around, you can see my experiment with OxiClean on my Dingy bath cloths. KimTownselYouTube here. These are my washcloths that I use to take the facial mask off. You can see that even after laundering, they still just look a little grungy on the inside. These are the bath cloths that I have that I don't use to take off my facial mask. And clearly, I hope you can see a difference. These are really bright white. So taking off the facial mask just leaves a residue on the bath cloths that I have not been able to get out using Tide, Gain, bleach, or any other types of products. Going to see if using this OxiClean White Revive will possibly make these look like that. I bought my OxiClean White Revive Laundry Whitener and Stain Remover on Amazon as a subscribe and save product, so I got a little discount. This is supposed to be safe for all washing machines, including HE. Contains 24 power packs. You can use this with your detergent, and it is chlorine free. So it shouldn't be dissolving holes in your clothing or whatever you're wanting to whiten. Directions: use in the laundry, use with your detergent. 40% more whitening power than chlorine bleach per load. Maintains and revives dingy whites to help them looking like new longer. All this without chlorine bleach. Add to every load to maintain brilliant whites and remove stains. For regular loads, add 1 pack and detergent before adding laundry. See, people, I tell you, you're supposed to put your detergent in the water before you add your clothing. It clearly states that. You do not put your clothes or your laundered items to be laundered in the washing machine first, then add water, and then put your detergent or whatever on top of them. For an HE washer, you add detergent as you normally would, then place 1 pack directly into the drum, then add laundry. Read your HE owner's manual for instructions. Safe for all loads. You can pre-soak to revive dingy whites and remove tough stains. So you can use this as pre-soak. I'm going to use it as a laundry aid first to see what happens. And if you have color fast fabrics, you want to test it first. Keep the bag closed between uses. Do not unwrap or open the packs. I'm covering this QR code because I don't use QR codes. Handle the packs with dry hands. Packs will dissolve quickly on contact with water. Do not use for hand washing. Here's the manufacturer's information in case you have more questions. More info. And here are the ingredients. Contains no phosphates. Never open these bags. I have dry hands. They are pure white with a little bit of color speckle stuff in there. They don't have really much of an odor. Smells faintly of baking soda, which makes sense. I'm going to rewash the ones that I already showed you, but I'm also washing these that are dirty. You can see how easily they get stained from me taking the mask off. This is from a great mask that I really do like. I found through Ipsy. You can see stain there. I'm also going to wash one of these white ones, or a couple of these white ones, just for comparison's sake, to see what happens. I will be washing them with the Tide Pod and the OxiClean Pod. I have a terrible washing machine. I have several videos up about this washing machine and how I don't like it, but it's what I have. It's what we're going to use. I'm going to put it on small load because I'm only washing the bath cloths to keep it on medium, but I am going to dial it around to hot. So I'm going to start. Get some water going on in here. I have to close the lid. Start it again. Just opening the lid pauses this washing machine until 11 seconds. I hate this machine. See what I mean? Literally have to count to 11. For it to know that you really and truly do want to wash your clothes. Ridiculous. And one Tide Pod. One OxiClean White Revive. Remember to handle the OxiClean pods with dry hands. Put both of these in here under the water. And let them dissolve a little bit. I actually have a wooden spoon in my laundry room before I add the bath cloth. I'm going to switch it around to be absolutely fair for this experiment. Going to add my dirty bath cloths. And we'll see what happens. Yes, I really want you to wash these bath cloths. Well, they're not looking completely white. You can see that that one is one of the ones that was whiter, and you can see one of the darker ones over there. Maybe with continued use, they'll get whiter. Here's one of the older ones. Excuse me. Here's one of the newer ones. And here's one of the older ones. So it didn't brighten them up too much, did it? Put them in the dryer, see what we get. But barely looks like it did anything at all. Since I'm not very impressed with what one use of detergent and the OxiClean White Revive did, I'm going to wash these again, but with my regular towels, and put in 2 Tide Pods and 2 OxiCleans. See if we can convince my washing machine to do this. I'll have to change the water load level. Count to 11 so that we know that we really do want to wash. I'm going to put 2 Tide Pods and 2 OxiCleans in. Same procedure as before. Let them dissolve a little bit before I add my clothes. they do dissolve fast. Here's after the second wash. Not very impressive. These are the ones that were already white. And they look great. But they look great before I wash them. But you can see that these that they use to take the makeup off, they're still, take the makeup and the mask off, they're still pretty, they're not very clean, are they? They look, to me, they look exactly the same as what I was doing before. I can't tell that the OxiClean did anything, to be honest. I think it probably needs to, it's probably a soaking. They need a soaking. But as far as just throwing them in the laundry and using them as a laundry aid, didn't really help, did it? What do you think? If you've had any experience with this product, let us know what your experience was, because mine so far has not been very impressive. Here's the bath cloths after being washed twice, once by themselves and then with my towels over there, which I can't notice that they were brightened either. These are a couple of the ones that I don't use to take makeup off, and these are the ones that I do use to take makeup off. So you can see that maybe they're a little bit cleaner, brighter looking, but there's still a lot of that residue that's left on them. So perhaps the masks that I use just have too much clay in them, too much, I don't know, whatever product that they're putting in there for them to be fully removed from the bath cloths, but it did not provide a white revive. I still have 22 pouches left. I'll continue to add them when I do my laundry, but it's, you can see it's not getting it all out. Just clearly it is not. And this is not promoted as a soaking or a pre-soaking. It says you can pre-soak for best results to remove dingy whites and tough stains. And it says to soak for 6 hours. So I guess maybe I'll try that. Following the pre-treat instructions, I took a gallon of water, but I had to divide it between 2 pans because by the time I add 13 bath cloths and 13 bath cloths, it was going to be overflowing. It says, like, for extra whitening to add 2 packs. So I'm going to put 1 pack in each half gallon, mix well to dissolve the pack, then submerge the stained clothing and let it soak for 6 hours. You want to dissolve fast. You can help it along a little bit. You can smell that. It smells good. Still feel grit on the bottom. I'm probably going to come along and stir it a little bit while they're soaking. It smells very clean. I'm going to put 13 bath cloths in each one. It's the plan anyway. Maybe too many. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. I guess I got 7 in there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess I'll put 7 in each one. Well, that'll leave us those to compare it to, won't it? All right, set the timer for 6 hours. And I'm going to put the lid back on, keep the heat in. And I'll put the lid back on, keep the heat in. Well, one problem I'm seeing already, I just checked on them and they keep wanting to float to the top. So don't have anything that I feel safe about wetting this down in here, and don't want to add more water because that's going to dilute it. I'm going to keep poking and messing with it and pushing them down. Just doing the same thing in this one. I don't know a way to keep them submerged. So I'm hoping that their soaking is going to do the trick. We'll put these aside and then compare after we launder these in the washing machine. So time is up. It's time to wash. Those still look pretty dingy, don't they? Okay, I'm not going to add this water to my washing machine. I'm hoping it's full of like the stains that have been pulled out of these washcloths. I'm setting my washer on medium load because small doesn't put enough water in there to cover an ant. And putting on heavy because I want it to spin dry. And I'm putting on hot. I'm putting one Tide pot and one OxiClean pot in. Adding the bath cloths that we've been soaking. But not the water they've been soaking in. It does look a little cloudy. And we'll come back and see what happens. I don't know. They don't look much cleaner to me. What do you think? Let's dry them and compare them to the other ones. These are the ones that we washed by themselves and with the towels. These are the ones that I soaked for 6 hours and then laundered for a third time. And I just can't tell any difference. They are still just as dingy as they were before. It clearly did not get the stains out. This is one of my bath cloths that I wash that I don't take the makeup off with, and this is one of the ones that I've done with the OxiClean, even doing the long soak, and you can see it is not white. None of them are. It just did not revive them. They're too far gone. So maybe if you got something that's not too dingy, maybe the OxiClean will keep it white. But as far as making my bath cloths white, this is a white bath cloth. Those behind it are not. Not by any means. Here are the OxiCleaned bath cloths that I use to take the facial mask off with. Next to my towels, which I don't use to take facial mask off with, you can tell the difference. This is like, they were washed twice with OxiClean, soaked for 6 hours in OxiClean, and then washed again with OxiClean, and they still look just as dingy as ever. So, not a fan. Can't recommend. Thanks for watching my video review and my experiment with the OxiClean on my dingy bath cloths. Remember, it's free to give the video a thumbs up, share the video if you pay for it. You can check in the text below, and I'll provide a link on how you can buy this or something similar. Maybe you'll have better luck with it than I did. And if you have time before you go, watch another video and consider subscribing to my channel. Until we meet again, let's just make the world a cleaner, brighter, happier place. Bye.